Hey y'all, it's Crystal. Today I'm going to be doing a do my nails with me video, and I'm going to do it a little bit different. I wanted to kind of do more of like a talking video while I do my nails. One, because I just wanted to try something new, and two, I'm not really doing any nail art, so I don't know if it would make sense for you guys to just be looking at my nails while I'm just painting solid colors. Today I'm going to be talking about Squid Game Season 2. I'm so excited. I watched it. I have a lot of thoughts, and I thought I would share them with you guys because I honestly don't have anybody else to talk to them about. So y'all are subjected to me ranting and raving about this show. So usually in my do my nails with me videos, I just kind of paint my nails and talk. So that's basically what I'm gonna do. I already put my base coat on. I'll have everything that I use listed in the description box below. I thought it would be funny, since we are talking about Squid Game, that I would do like a pinkish color, which, by the way, was I the only one that didn't realize that the jumpsuits that the workers were wearing were pink? I thought they were red. I don't know, but apparently they're pink, and they definitely made sure to let everybody know that in season 2. So they're pink, y'all. So basically I'm gonna kind of go in order of like talking about characters that stood out to me, and then going over some standout scenes and I guess parts of the show this season, and then kind of like my thoughts on the season overall and like predictions for season 3. I'll start off, like I said, with characters that kind of stood out to me. First off, I mean, he's not a favorite of mine. I know this is probably gonna be an unpopular opinion. Why are y'all still leaf blowing? They don't want me to be great, y'all.
Dungoge, 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 dungoge. Something. I don't know the lyrics and I don't feel like looking them up. I wish the leaf blowers would go away, but they didn't. I thought I timed this right so I wouldn't be filming while they were here.
So that was a fail. I'm practically finished my nails. I just have to clean up now. I don't even remember what I was talking about. Oh wait, I was talking about characters, I think. So basically this is gonna end up turning into me just talking about Squid Games. So, characters. Unpopular opinion, Gi-hoon is not my favorite. I don't know. He means well, but there's something about his character. Even in the first season, I was just like, he a little dumb. I don't know. He still gets the award for worst dad of the year, trash dad, a whole dumpster, because he did not mind his business and get his behind on that plane to go see his daughter at the end of season 1. I mean, I understand he went through a very traumatic experience, but if that was me, I would have gotten a lot of therapy and took my behind over to LA and said, be breezy, everybody. He definitely had a lot of character development and changed a lot between season 1 and 2, but I don't know, he still wasn't, there was still something missing. You know when you cook something, this is gonna be so weird, when you cook something and it came out real good, but there's still like, it's just off a little bit, and you're just like, what's it missing? That's how I feel about Gi-hoon. The next character that I loved to hate was the front man, aka In-ho, aka Young-il. I will refer to him as In-ho, though, because that means I get to call him a little ho. But anyway, he turned up this season, and he was one of my favorite characters. He played in Gi-hoon's face the entire season, and I lived for every minute of it. Do I like villains? I think I like villains. I don't know. Ooh, okay, never mind. I think I just found out something about myself. I really wanted to learn more about him last season. Like, I wanted to kind of get more of his background. We did get to learn a lot more about him and his time during the games, and kind of like how he kind of vanished and disappeared from the family. Also found out that him and Junho are stepbrothers or half brothers, one of the two. They're not all the way brothers, but they're brothers. Gave him a kidney, which again, I mean, no, I would give my I would give my family member one of my organs. So he seems like he has some kind of a heart or some kind of compassion towards others. I hated In-ho, but I also loved him too. I'm really excited to see what happens in season 3 with him. I really want to know what he used to do. I had an idea, or I thought at least, that he was in the police force or something along those lines based off of season 1, but now I don't know. Now, onto the other little ho, Junho. Child, I was so irritated by that whole scene with them on the boat. Like, why? Nothing was accomplished. The only thing that we found out was that the captain was crooked, which I called it. I called it as soon as I found out that he was the one that helped Junho. When I found out that information, I was like, oh, he's in it somehow. I was like, I'm pretty sure In-ho called him up and was like, hey, I just shot my brother. I'm gonna need you to go pick him up at these coordinates and make sure that he lives. But also make sure that he never finds this island. Please and thank you. I will pay you. Bye. I feel like it was one of those type of exchanges, and the captain did his job. And also, I think that the captain is part of the organ harvesting situation too, because in the last episode, when he stabbed Homeboy that should have just went to bed, I don't know why, I don't know what he thought he was about to do, if he thought he was Superman or something, but he caught the captain messing with the drong, and he should have just went to bed, but he didn't, and now he's dead. But I think the captain is part of the organ harvesting stuff because he has a lot of bins on his boat. I mean, my dad fishes, so those could definitely be for fish, but that's a lot of containers for fishes. Something's up, and I'm pretty sure he's part of that organ stuff, and I'm going to keep the rest of my thought for later on when I talk about moments. But anyways, Junho irritated the mess out of me. I don't know what it is about him trying to protect Inho. Is it because he gave him his kidney? Like, I mean, thank you, but you're also doing crime. You're doing criminal activities, sir. I'm a police officer. I shouldn't be letting you do this. Do police officers do this? I mean, I've heard of cricket cops, but he was like on his detective stuff in season 1, infiltrated into the whole system, shot his brother, and now all of a sudden he's like, oh, you know what? I don't know who shot me. Oh, I don't know who, I didn't see his face. You know, if he would have opened his mouth and told Gi-hoon the truth in the beginning, we would have only had 3 episodes. But no, I mean, I get it, he's family, but honestly, if any of my family were doing criminal activities like that, I'm singing like a canary and I better get a reward. I'm sorry. I love my family, but I don't know if it's because he was in a coma for a year that he just forgot how to do detective stuff and be a police officer, or if he's just really trying to protect Inho, which again, it makes no sense to me. I don't get it. He just irritated me in this season, and all the scenes on the boat were just unnecessary in my opinion. I definitely hope that season 3 has a lot more development for our little boat team, because right now they looking a little sad. I mean, I feel like they only put their scenes in the show just to make sure that we remember that they're actually like still trying to find the island. Now on to another villain that I just love. Again, I think I have a thing for villains. I'm talking about the one, the only recruiter, aka Gong Bae. I mean Gong Yu, you know, because he is Bae. Gong Yu. The fact that he stole everyone's hearts in season 1 and he was in the show for all of 5 minutes is kind of insane, but I mean, look at him. It is Gong Yu. He is a beautiful man, very handsome. Yes, he's crazy, but baby, he's beautiful. God took his time when he created Gong Yu. Oh, I just want to thank God for taking his time, chiseling out that man. I want to thank his daddy for not... Oh! I want to thank his mom for carrying him for 9 months and giving birth to the Gong Yu. And I want to thank Gong Yu for just existing, honestly, because the fact that I get to roam around this earth during the same time as him, insane. I remember when season 1 came out and everybody was making comments about Gong Yu slapping all those folks, and you know what? I'm going to keep my comment to myself because I'm trying to make it to heaven. Right now I got a little shack right now at the edge of heaven, you know. It's cute. It's still in there. I want to keep it in there, probably get some a little bigger, so I'm going to keep that comment to myself. Then we have Noel, aka number 11, aka the North Korean baddie that needs to get her lick back in season 3 because some trifling triangles were trying her entire life. Just saying. She is a character that I'm really excited to learn more about in season 3. We definitely got to learn about her in season 2, and it was nice to see kind of the side of how the workers are, I guess, found and added to the whole system. And honestly, just looks like they're just as down bad as everybody else. But yeah, Noel is cool, and I'm ready to see her turn up in season 3 because I need it. And then we got Sister Soldier Hyunju. I'm so extra. I'm sorry, y'all. It's the fumes. Hyunju is like, she carried that last episode, and we'll get to it, but oh my god, love Hyunju. A whole leader, and you can definitely tell because I mean she was in the military. And then we got our third little hoe, Daeho. He's funny. I liked him, but baby, homeboy was going through it, and I really want to see something good happen for him in season 3. I randomly saw somebody say that they think Daeho is a plant. That's an interesting thought, but I doubt it. Then I started going down this whole rabbit hole of, oh my god, what if Daeho is freaking Inho's son? Because they're all hoes. Daeho, Junho, Inho. No? Okay. I don't know. I feel like I'm reaching because if Inho's son is alive, I don't think he'll be old enough to be Daeho's age. But anyways, I like Daeho, but I don't know. I felt bad for him in the last episode, but I'm excited to see what happens in season 3. But again, I'm also sad because I feel like bad things are going to happen. And then we have Thanos, who I loved. He was so annoying, but you couldn't help but love him. And honestly, I low-key, high-key think that that role was made for Top because Thanos was literally Top. I feel like he was like more of a parody of Top. It made me just fall back in love with Top. I loved Top. I wasn't really into Big Bang like that when I first got into K-pop, but they have some really good music. And I thought it was very funny. Like, this is why I think it was a parody, because I think they were playing on the whole drug scandal that Top had. Or maybe just ironically, that's what happened with Thanos' character, and Top just so happened to end up being the person playing him. But I just thought that was funny. Now, this next character didn't really get much screen time, but when I saw him, I was like, oh, I remember you. And it is Black Square. I don't know if he had like an actual name in the show, but we're just gonna call him Black Square, aka Daddy Muujin. I don't know if he's really like a popular actor, but I really liked him. He's a great villain. And like I said, I think I have a thing for villains, but when he took off his mask, I was like, wait, I think I know who that is. I think I know him. I'm excited to see him in season 3 because I know good and well they didn't have him in the show only for that one part. He is too good of an actor to just have him in that one episode. So I'm excited to see what he does in season 3. This was also the first time that I remember ever seeing like a different colored worker because they all wear the pink jumpsuits. This was my first time seeing a black one. That sounded weird. But anyways, y'all know what I mean. And the last character that I was kind of hoping would have more screen time, but unfortunately didn't, is, I forget what number he is. I want to say it was 145, but he randomly popped up in episode 6. Ha Suho. Child, I saw his face and I was like, ooh, I remember you too. He was in Bloodhounds. He was the cricket cop in that show. When I saw him in the bathroom, I was like, okay, why didn't they show him earlier? But then he died in the end, so I was like, oh, that's why. I was so sad though, because honestly, you wasted a good face on a few scenes in 2 episodes. Why? Why Netflix? And then some extra characters that I do like, but I just don't have much to say about them. The mother and son duo, love the mom. She's better than me though, because ain't no way I'm putting myself in a game like that to pay off my child's debt. Nah. But yes, mom's great, son is trash. I hope for the best next season for them, but I have a bad feeling. And then we have Junhee and MG Coin. I hope Junhee makes it, but if they do make it out, she definitely does not need to bother with MG Coin because he's dusty. And then he had Thanos' lackey. I have no clue what his name was, but he was always behind him scratching like he needed something. I hope he gets got next season. And then you have Men Suck. That let my girl Simi die like that. That was terrible. I hated every part of that. Wow, I really just messed up my nail just now. That is irritating. See, this is what Minsu just did to me. Just talking about this man made me mess up my nail. Well, okay. Yes, Minsu irritated me. I want to know how he ended up in the game. And hopefully we get that answer in season 3. And then we had the sick dad, or not the sick dad, the daughter with the sick... Jesus, the dad with the sick daughter. I'm trying to think of who else. I already mentioned the cricket captain. I'm intrigued to see how things go with him next season. I hope Junho figures it out, but honestly, I don't have much faith in him. And then, none other than Big Mouth, aka the lone shark boss's second hand, who then became Gi-hoon and Junho's second hand. He talked too much, so that's why I call him Big Mouth. Now I'm moving on to like some more standout moments. I'm gonna try and go in order of episodes. First thing that stood out to me is Gongyu being mean to those homeless people in the park. Why? Like, that's whenever you get like a little taste of the crazy that is in him. And then the rock, paper, scissors -1 plus gun happened, and that was crazy. That was really sad. And I'm glad that it's sad that anybody died, but I'm glad that the loan shark was a true like boss and took the L so his homie could live. Homie? Did I really just say that? Ugh. That was a really good scene though. And then we have the actual scene with Gi-hoon and the recruiter playing Russian roulette. Gi-hoon better than me. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. I wonder who decided to make Russian roulette, because why? It was such a good scene though. The acting in that scene was great. It was nice to be able to find out more about the recruiter's background too during that moment. It was crazy that he killed his dad. Like, yo, I know some people don't like their parents, but The whole of episode 2 I really liked because we got to learn more about Noel and her background and her just being in the games. Definitely don't think this is her first rodeo, and I honestly think she remembers Gi-hoon from his game. I could be wrong, but the way that she kind of looked at him whenever they crossed paths at that office, I was kind of like, ooh, I think she might know him. I think she knows him. It was really cool kind of seeing how the workers are kind of like brought into the games. And like I said earlier, I'm ready for it to turn up because some of them other soldiers and workers in there is a mess. Then they brought on Red Light, Green Light. I didn't know how they were going to actually make it like exciting again because everybody knows what happened last season, but it was actually a really good game. And the fact that they found Gi-hoon's tracker was kind of crazy, but not really, because I think that there was one scene when he was getting the tracker put in. After the dentist left, the way that the camera was kind of like showing that scene made it look like that there was somebody watching them, but I'm not 100% sure. Maybe that's just how they decided to film that scene, but that's kind of what I took from it. So I think someone already knew, and I think if Big Mouth, obviously told the recruiter where Gi-hoon was staying, it probably gave enough time for the recruiter to tell all Squid Game folks like, hey, this is where homeboy is, and they probably had people on him since then. But once he found out that tracker was gone, he was screwed. He knew it, and the game was exciting. Thanos was a mess. That B was a paid actor. You can't tell me otherwise. And honestly, at the end, I don't know why Gi-hoon thought he could save that man, because they clearly said that he was eliminated. I think it was like number 444. And then at the end of that episode, they, had the vote, and of course, they ended up voting to stay, and number 1 ended up being freaking In-ho. Again, if Junho would have just told Gi-hoon from the jump, it would have been over. Another favorite moment of mine was the Dalgona. Honestly, if that were me and I opened it and saw that, I would have just shoved the whole thing in my mouth and just waited to go on to glory, because ain't no way. Be like, hold up, sir. I know I'm about to lose, but can I just enjoy this real quick before y'all blast me? My favorite game out of this season was Mingle. It was so simple, but the added stress and pressure of potentially being shot down by these triangle people just caused chaos. The Spartan kick that Thanos did, how? I'm not gonna lie, I laughed. I died. And then you have the bathroom fight, which was just unsanitary, to be completely honest. The whole time that was happening, I was just like, that's nasty. And then you get to the whole fight scene, and Gi-hoon and his little troop tries to overthrow the Squid Game folks, and I'm just like, I love the enthusiasm, but this ain't gonna work. Like, how is this gonna work? I mean, granted, he didn't know that the detective was nowhere to be found, but it's like, honestly, if y'all would have gotten that far to the actual control room, like, what was the next step? And honestly, I feel like they may have had a chance if Young Gil was not Young Gil, because I definitely feel like he held them back. I feel like it was just doomed from the start. And I also knew that the friends, like, whenever, after that Mingle game, when Jungbae was gonna tell Gi-hoon about Young Il snap, crackling, and popping homeboy's neck, I was like, if he tells him, maybe, but then if he doesn't tell him, he's definitely gonna die. I'm pretty sure, like, thinking about it now, Young Il did that so he could have that satisfaction of killing Jungbae in front of Gi-hoon. He was like 50 steps ahead of Gi-hoon the whole entire time, and I low-key kind of feel bad, but I'm like, dude, all you had to do is go to LA and mind your business, but you out here trying to save people, and people still ended up dying anyways. I was surprised that more people, like, in the main cast didn't die, but I feel like it's just a setup for next season for just pain. I don't think the dad is dead. I feel like at the end, number 11, she came and she shot him for sure, but I think that since she knows about the whole organ operation, she's gonna probably try and figure out a way to get him there, and then she's gonna go there, and that's when she's gonna get her get back with those other trifling triangles. And then they did mention that they got a doctor from the outside, so I feel like she's gonna get the doctor to fix the dad, and somehow they're gonna get out of there. And I feel like that may be the way that Junho gets into the games, because he has to find out that the captain's crooked. There's no way that they're gonna be riding on a boat for however long and he don't realize something's off. So I definitely think that he's gonna figure it out, and somehow, like, the organ harvesting thing with the captain and the dad and Noel, it's gonna kind of crossover, and I feel like that's probably how they're going to get their into Squid Game. I feel like they're obviously not going to kill Gi-hoon. I want to say they're either going to throw him back in the game, or they're going to make him watch the game. They're gonna give him a nice little seat right next to the front man, and he's gonna watch the games and watch everybody suffer. I feel like a lot of people think that Gi-hoon's gonna end up becoming the front man. I don't know. I mean, at this point, he's lost everything. He still has his daughter, but I wouldn't be surprised if he ends up becoming the front man, but I kind of don't want that to happen because I feel like that's like the thing that's, you know, most people feel like it's going to happen. I don't think there's going to be a good ending for any of this in season 3. I mean, as much as I want to say like, oh yeah, they're going to definitely find the island, they're going to find Inho, they're going to put him to justice, I just don't know. Ooh, I wonder if he's going to end up in the game, or no, watching the game, and then at the end, because they did say, I saw the walls and you could see one of the games was like a monkey bars type situation, and then the other game looked like chess or battleship. That's probably reaching. Minesweep? I don't know, but I feel like some people have also said that they think that the front man and Gi-hoon are going to end up going against each other, and in that case, I just don't feel like nobody's going to end up living. I really don't. I feel like everybody's doomed. I feel like they're going to kill everybody on purpose, and Gi-hoon's going to be left with that money again. That's how I feel. I could be wrong. I don't have a good feeling about season 3. That's all I got to say. If I could say that somebody from our main cast is going to live, I would love for it to be Junhee, because she is pregnant, and I feel like the front man actually had like a little bit of like empathy towards her, so I feel like he may do something, but he could also do something twisted with that too. So I really don't know. I would love for the mom and son to live, but I don't think that's going to happen. I would love for Hyunju to make it, but I see her as someone that would sacrifice herself for somebody. So I don't think she's going to make it either. I really have no thoughts about MG going. He'll probably sacrifice himself for Junhee because she's carrying his child. I don't think Minsu's going to live. Like, I'm just being completely honest. I really think the whole cast is collapsed next season, and I don't see the game stopping. I don't know. He went in trying to be a hero and it backfired. So yeah, that's about it when it comes to Squid Game. Finished my nails. I'm excited about Squid Game season 3. I really don't think it's going to be a good ending, but we'll see. I don't know, maybe I'm wrong. So that is all that I have for you guys today. What are your thoughts? Do y'all have any predictions about season 3? Do you think that certain players are going to make it and certain players aren't? Do you think that Gi-hoon's going to become the game master or the front man? Is Junho ever going to find the island? Yeah, let me know in the comments below. I hope you all are doing well, and I'll see you all in the next video. Bye.